Hello everyone, and welcome to another evening of crafting with me. My name is Lillian Kemp and I'm coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. And I come to you every Monday evening at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. So right now that's daylight savings time as well. So, but at 7 o'clock Monday evenings, here I am, and many of you come too. So welcome and thank you for coming. If you live in this area, you have been experiencing lots of wind all night long and then all day long. The weather is sunshiny outside, blue sky. You go outside and it's not very nice at all out there. So I'm hoping the wind dies down tonight and we can enjoy this nice spring weather. And I guess that March did come in like a lamb, so it's going to go out like a lion. It's roaring a bit like a lion anyway. So just a big congrats to so many of you who are taking advantage of the sale that's on right now. And some of you might say, sale? What sale? Well, this is the transition time in the Stampin' Up! World. It's a very exciting time. I was trying to tell my husband about it and he was just kind of mocking me and said, "Be still, my beating heart." But those of us who craft and use Stampin' Up! Products know all about this time of the year. The items in this catalog that we've had for a year, many of them are retiring because they're getting ready for a new catalog. Many of the items retiring are also on sale. So I've had people submitting orders, taking advantage of the sale and stocking up. And there are many of us kind of surprised at certain items that are retiring. And I would like you to leave me a comment in the comment section. Just name one. There's likely more than one, or you can name as many as you want, but I don't want to wear your fingers out. Name one item that you're surprised is retiring. And one of the items that I am totally surprised that is retiring is the stitched shape framelits. I use those so often. They are my go-to framelits and what I recommend to people. So they're going. So it'll be exciting to see what's coming. And speaking of that, guess what arrived in the mail for me today? Ta-da! It's the new annual catalog. So I hope if you want one, you have let me know. I've already got all these tabs in. And you just might want to make sure you're getting one of these. I will, after this video's over, I will put the link again for requesting my catalog. It's been in the newsletter and different things. So this one is retiring. This one is coming, and you will be able to order from it May the 3rd. I believe we, as demonstrators, get to pre-order not everything because they can't have two full catalogs in the warehouse at once, but some of the things will be offered for us to pre-order April 1st. So I'm excited. Now, speaking of catalogs, the mini catalog, this one here, it's going to be that current. You can order from it all the way till June 30th. So there's a bit of overlap there. So just be aware of that. So that's the exciting news tonight. So let's go down to my desk and see what's happening down there. All right, let's see here. Thought I pressed the button. I obviously didn't. I am using a new phone tonight. Yes, I have moved up in the phone world and I think it's all working properly. I better turn the sound off. And I see several people on, so welcome. So glad you're here. And I'm just going to enlarge that so I can see you. Oh, Karen, yes. Oh, hello, everybody. So good to have you here. And Karen says she was surprised about the stitch frames and also the circle punches. Yes, I was surprised about that too. And Roz says all of the shape dies, so many are leaving. Yes, the ovals. And so I'm going to have a little last hurrah with some of the things tonight. So for those of you who don't watch regularly, my website is right here. And if you're going to order online, this is the current hostess code. Now, if you have an order that's $200 or more, don't use this. You get your own hostess benefits. But if your order is under $200, then please do use this one. Okay, let's see if I can get you straight in here. There we go. The oval frames, right, I agree, Lynn. And I am going to bring you some Easter treat holders tonight. So let me just show you where I'm starting from, and then I'm going to show you others at the end. And speaking of ovals, Lynn, ovals are so much fun to make eggs with and all kinds of different things. So I'm using a lot of ovals tonight. So the project tonight was inspired by this. This was made by a Canadian demonstrator called Ashley Pfeiffer, and she used the Hey Chick stamp and cut it out. She used different little Easter eggs, but these are from a range of wreaths. So I just kind of went and picked from here, there, and everywhere. And then it's got this little holder here. And as you can see, it used the ovals there. So it holds a little scooped up like that. Now you could adapt this holder for showers, with baby showers. Baby showers would be cute with little baby stuff poking out, all different kinds of things. So let me just show you what we're going to make tonight, and then I'm going to show you a third alternative as well. So we are going to make this one here tonight with the little bunnies. So same idea. This is where we're going. So I hope you like it. And I don't know about you, but I like a pretty table. Not that we're having people in this year for Easter, but wouldn't these look cute if you have family at home sitting at each place setting, or if you are doing a front porch pickup, a drop-off pickup. Well, it's nice if you could pick it up too. Drop-off, you could do something like this as well. The only thing is only a few, well, maybe more than a few Cadbury eggs gave their lives in the making of this project. So what I used, and I'm going to show you alternatives if you don't have it. I use the Dino dies. So these are retiring, of course, but they have this wonderful egg like this. So I use that for the front part of the treat holder. And I'll just put that aside. And then I use the layering oval framelits. And I used the third largest, I guess. So I used the one that matched this. So if I used something smaller, I would do something different. So that's what I used. So an oval and that. Now let me just show you the pieces here. Where did I put them? Oh, they're right here. Sometimes when I get organized, it throws me right off. Do you ever find that? Anyway, so here's the oval, and here's the one from the Dino days. And see, they don't. I used the wrong one. Now, how do you like that? This one's the right one. We're going to use this one. And on this one, I'll show you what you would do if you didn't have the Dino days, but you did have the ovals. You could cut out 2 of the ovals. Again, I got myself organized. And then you can sketch it in with pencil, but I'm going to wing it. So just cut. And this is where it doesn't matter, because if you've ever cracked an egg, and you all have, it's not going to be even. So now you've made that there, and you've got one for another one. Darlene, it throws you off when you get organized too. I know, it's really weird for me. Anyway, so I have these 2 pieces. So those 2. I also have a piece of white, and I'm using the thick. So 1.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to talk to you about the scoring afterwards. Then I use the balloon punch. This also is retiring, and I punched out different colors. And then I brought in my snips, and I just cut off the ends here. So I just smoothed it out like that. If it's bumpy, you can always use an emery board or a bit of sandpaper to smooth it, but I actually did it pretty well. So now you can see that this was the other one of that, and this was the other one of that. So I am just reusing what I punched out. So I've got the two balloon shapes, and then I've got a large daisy, and I am going to punch out the medium daisy. So bring that in. And what I did is I just went through my supplies and started pulling things I thought might work. And that's what it's all about. So now for the ears, maybe you can guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut out 2 daisy petals, just wedge them out like that. So there's some more for others. So the medium daisy is going to go with that one. And this one. Now, I have made this bunny before. He's been around for a while, but I just thought he looked too perfect on this treat holder. So those are the pieces that I have. Then I used the, what is this called? Field of Flowers. I always want to call it confetti because it makes lots of confetti. And I punched a whole bunch out because it punches out 6 at a time. And I always keep the spares in here, and they're going to be for the tail. So I will bring out, oh, there's a bigger one. That'll be for, and there we go. That's going to be for the tail. And then this little chick here, I decided to add it in, and it came from the Hey Chick, our birthday chick dies, and I had some extras, and he's not necessary, but I just thought it added a little bit of extra color. So I've got the chick there, and I think those are the pieces that we need. So let's get started. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to fasten the ears on the bunny bodies. Now you could sponge the edges, and that looks fabulous, but we're going to just skip that step tonight. I'm going to put a bit of adhesive. Oh, woo, these are new glue. Both of my glues ran out, and they are really working well tonight. So I'm going to, let's just see, I want it to come, about there. And the reason I'm gluing these now is they can dry while I'm working on some of the other stuff. There. It doesn't matter. There's no rhyme or reason as to why I put them at that angle. I just kind of liked it. I'm going to put the tails on right now too, since I have the glue going and the bunny's sticky. So clever use of punches. I agree, Roz, and I didn't invent it. The idea has been around a couple of years, and I've seen it in several places, but I love it when people get inventive with the punches. There's so much you can do. So let's slide this over and this out of the way and bring our paper trimmer in. So here's our scoring for it. So this piece of paper here is 1.5 by 3.5. So this paper here is going to make the little insert that holds our treat. You could make this into a tag and not worry about this too. So that's the size of it. So with the short end at the top, you're going to score 1/4 inch in from each side. So I find that easiest just to go 1/4 inch this way. And sometimes I like a deeper score. So I use my bone folder, and this is one of those times I want a deeper score. So that's my 1/4 inch from that side. Now I'm just going to do 1/4 inch from this side. And make sure that's not going to slide on me. There. So I've got 1/4. Now I'm going to turn it this way, and I'll move that out. So you've got the next set of instructions. And now with the long side at the top, you're going to score at 1 1/4. I have these instructions, not just for you, but for me. Those of you who know me know that I can muck it up. And 2 1/4. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. Even if you've got 2 score lines, it doesn't matter. It still holds candy, and that's the important part, right? All right, we can get rid of that. And now we're going to score on those lines and burnish really, really well, because when you're making 3D items particularly, the burnishing is so important. I know I've said that so many times and I sound like a broken record, but can't say it enough, right? So now we've got all those fold lines, and we folded the 2 sides in and the 2 ends in. So it would look like that. Now what we're going to do is bring our snips in, and on these 2 lines, we're going to make a wedge, and we're going to wedge it on both sides. That's going to be important, and we're going to wedge it on both sides here. And then I like to edge the ends. Just going from the fold, you don't want to go past the fold, and do the same on this side. So a wedge like this, and a wedge like this. And then do the ends. Whoops, get that wedge out of there. And let's get rid of that. Okay, so that is normally what you would do with a box. Now, because this has to curve to follow the oval, we're going to do what many sewers do. We're going to put another wedge in the 2 side panels. So I'm just going to go in and cut a V or a wedge here and here, and that will enable it to follow the curve of the oval a little bit better. Oh, I know what I forgot to do with the eggs. I will bring the paper trimmer back in. So there we have that, and I'm just going to, not the center one, but the 2 side ones, I'm going to curve just a little bit, and that's going to be ready. Now, before we attach that though, we need to bring the paper trimmer back in, and the 2 ovals. Here we go. And I'm going to line them up at the bottom and put them in the trimmer. And I'm going to, the bottom here, I'm going to put at the 1/4 inch, and put this up here and try to make it so it looks like it's in the middle. So I'm looking at this line here, if that seems to be roughly in the middle, and then the tip is at the 1/4 inch. And hold it firmly in place and make sure you cut through both layers. This is so that it can sit on your table or wherever. So we just needed to cut that off. And 1/4 inch isn't the magic number. If you don't want to measure, you don't have to, just lop a little bit off, but it doesn't take much. So now we've got these pieces here. I'm going to move this out of the way a bit. That's sticky. I better turn that upside down. And we're going to start to build the holder. So what I'm going to do first, and so let me just see here. So this piece here is, I'll just do the dry one, is going to fasten so that it's centered, and then this is going to go like that. And once you get it fastened to here, this side is really easy. So I have learned through experience. How many of these have I made? 3 or 4. And it wasn't till the last one that I remembered to do this. Only put adhesive on this center one to begin with. And yes, you can use tear and tape, but it's pretty narrow. So that's why I went with liquid adhesive. So now I'm going to line that up and try to center it the best I can, which is another nice reason to have liquid adhesive. And hold it down for a minute. So I have lined it up with where I cut that egg off. Now you can see that it's fastened right there. So I'll give it just a minute more. And now I am going to put adhesive just on this little panel here. Boy, my adhesive's coming out fast. Actually, I'm going to do both. I think I'm going to dip the end in that excess and just move the excess over. All right, now all I'm wanting to make sure is that it's not going to hang out over the edge. I'm not too worried about it all being even. It really doesn't seem to matter. So now I've got that there, but if I look at it from the front, it's all hidden, right? And I'm going to do the same on this side. So like that, and like that, and fasten it down. I have to tell you a little story. I don't think they'll mind me telling. My daughter has told me that on Monday evenings that she and the grandkids watch my Facebook Lives for their bedtime story because they want to learn from what I'm doing. So I think that's pretty neat. So if they're watching tonight, hi. There. Now I can put adhesive on all of these on the other side. And I'm just going to rest that down and then, rest it down, maybe press it down. And then make sure that it's going to sit. Put my fingers inside, press things in, just give it a little visual. It's liquid glue, so you can wiggle. And there, I've got it like that. Now, I've shown you the bunnies that I'm going to make. Well, I'll show you some more alternatives later. I get sidetracked. I work with Marilyn and Joanne on something called Stamping Staycation. And they call me the squirrel because my brain kind of goes all over the place, but eventually gets there. So now I'm going to decorate this. And really, I should have decorated it before I glued it all together, but I didn't. So I'm going to put this here and this on dimensionals. Yeah. So this is I'm going to make sure to keep my glue down below. I don't want it on any part that's going to stick out. And we'll put that right there. And then I'm going to bring in dimensional or two. And put this on. Oh, Roz, I'm glad to hear that your brain does it too. Yeah, I'm sure it's a sign of creativity. Well, I'm going to claim that anyway. It goes like that. Now, you could have put the little tails on dimensionals, tiny dimensionals too. That would be up to you. And now I'm going to bring in the little chick. And these little chicks, their wings even come up. So I'm going to curl that up. I just wanted this little shot of color. One of the demonstrators I know said every project needs a little touch of yellow just to brighten it up. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I often find myself adding a yellow. So now let's see if I can get hold of that wing. There we go. And there. How about like that? And there we go. There is, now we just need to pop our treats in and we've got it made. Now, I said that I would show you other samples, and here is one more sample. So here was the first one I showed that Ashley Pfeiffer did. This is the one we did tonight, and the one I did it before. Then I took some flowers. Wouldn't this be pretty for Mother's Day, or I don't know, a spring tea or whatever? I used the perennial flowers. I've shown you those different times. I just love them. And one of the tiny butterflies and some jewels. And I love the perennial flowers, and they're retiring. So let me just show you a few other little things. Now, say, for example, you didn't have this. You could turn this. Let's just turn it this way. Now we've got an oval, and we have in the mini catalog, we have this punch with two ovals on it. Whoo, that's hard to see with the glare. Let's look at it this way. So one is a plain oval and then a little bit bigger one with ruffled edges. So I took them and I mounted the ovals so that they were more towards one end. and to me, they look like perfect bunny ears. So here I have an oval, and then like that, and you can add a heart or something for a nose and some wiggly eyes, and you have a cute bunny like that. So that is another idea. So let's leave that there. Also using that punch, I punched out this oval and cut it just like I showed you with the other one. And this is what you can do with that. Let's, there we go. We could bring in a little chick and have it popping out. And again, I think I would ink the edges, and I don't know how I would have that going. But so you could turn this into a baby card very, very easily. So just hatched kind of thing. Some other samples. I showed you this. I posted this. This was from a year or two ago. And this is using circles and ovals and just some little things here in the wiggly eyes. Notice the little heart there and our clear boxes. And there's a nice little tail on the back. So that I showed. This is another one that I made. I made a little box. And again, then you layered the ovals here. The arms are ovals. And the feet is a larger oval cut in half like that. And I Velcroed it shut. And again, an oval for the tummy. This was my first one. Next time I'm going to put the tummy lower down so that the Velcro dot would work a little bit better. And these are the matte black dots. So they make great eyes. I love those matte black dots. And in case you're not tired of bunnies yet, here are two ovals glued together. So they were scored at, let's see what they were scored at. I can't remember. They were scored at 1 inch and then folded up, glued together. Again, these are the stitched ovals here, the ears. And then you can glue a little treat in there. Or if you're like me and you like to do a tablescape, or I like to think I do, I had serviettes here. Where did I put them? Well, anyway, it makes a neat serviette holder. So you can see here I used a little heart here and put a bow there. So I made another one here and I put the bow down here to make a masculine one. And I would glue dot Hershey's Kisses or something in there and then glue dot it closed. And then this is something I made in Stamping Time, my monthly stamping group. So and this is, again, this would work for the table decor. And it uses the butterflies and it just made a belly band around here. But I wish I knew what I did with the serviettes. I must have tidied up here a little too well. But anyway, I'll slide this out. Just this could be a serviette holder. What do you call it? You know, where you slide the serviette in. And so it could look pretty on your table that way. So those are just some of the ideas. So if you have some ovals, or if you have some butterflies, or if you have some circles, you can go to town and make all kinds of bunny spring type of things. The other thing that you can do is give those shapes to children. You wouldn't believe what they can get going. So just have some fun. And remember to take advantage. Napkin ring. That's what I was wanting, Darlene. My brain would not think of it. Napkin ring. This would make, well, if it wasn't square, a nice napkin ring. So there we go. Have some fun. If you start to make things, or your kids make things, or your grandkids, please, please, I would love to see pictures. And so would everybody else. So post them here so we can see what your creativity in action. Remember to take part in the big sale right now. Take advantage of it. We all love to save money. And make sure you've requested the new catalog. All right. Take care, and thank you so much for joining me. If you're on YouTube, remember to subscribe. Sorry, little postscript because I forgot. If you are on Facebook, comments, likes, joining, all those kinds of things are great too. So thank you so much, and bye-bye.